Producers, I want to talk about experimentation. And if you're a producer and you know anything about making beats, composing, sound design, or anything creative, you all know that experimentation is absolutely key to helping you develop your own sound and learning. I can't say enough how much you learn by serendipity with just experimentation. And this holds true when you're making music. Now, what you're gonna wanna do before you experiment with anything is to know your tools intimately, okay? You wanna use them for a reason that they're not actually used for. And this can really drive up the creativity. Now, this is not experimenting. This is random knob twisting that you may or may not get you anywhere. Here's a definition of an experiment. An experiment is a scientific procedure undertaken to make a discovery, to test a hypothesis, or demonstrate a known fact. Before we get to that, do you remember in grade school, high school, maybe junior high, when you took your first real science class with your nerdy science teacher in the lab and the Bunsen burners and the beakers? Remember before you could even do a lab experiment, you had to do the 5 steps, the scientific process, right? Remember that? And before you could even touch anything, you had to know some of the tools that you were going to be experimenting with, like some of the stuff that I had mentioned before, a Bunsen burner, a beaker, like safety goggles, maybe? I don't know, but you guys get the point, okay? You have to know the tools of experimentation. And taking this a step further, you have to have some kind of end goal in your mind. Even if you never reach that goal, you gotta have something in your mind to give you your direction. Like I said before, experimenting points to some kind of answer first. Then you use your knowledge to test and see if your hypothesis is correct in the end. So knowing the tools first will help you figure out what your possibilities are without just throwing random ideas at the wall. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to music, throwing random bits of inspiration at a wall is necessary. Sometimes it's just, you need to do that. But you want to make sure that when you do, and when you arrive at an outcome you didn't expect, you as the consummate artistic audio professional can work your way back and reverse engineer the outcome to understand why your experiment worked. And so that you can repeat this again. This might become part of your integral sound, and you may want to repeat this again. So you want to make sure you can get back to where you started. When you can do this, the limitations of creativity are no more. You are creatively boundless because you've simply mastered the most simplest objects of your creative process, your tools. And if you want to master the tools, and if you want a career in music production, comment roadmap below, and I will send you our free career roadmap for producers, engineers, and beat makers, and composers, of course, for free. No email required. Just comment roadmap below, and I'll send that to you. I'll see you in the next video.